press your button.
Hell.
Noise.
Udon is back.
Nice.
Alrighty.
では、前に出ます。
では。Hello, chat. Okay. I'm good to go. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight. Ugh. How is everybody doing today? Gospel of the throttle. Na 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 na. Koji, thank you for the 48, appreciate it. And Menos, thank you for the big 7-3. Hope you guys are doing good. Hope everybody has had a good day. Getting tidied up here and getting my social media posts out. Na 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 na. Uh There we go. All right. The tweet is posted. Do me the favor. As always, chat, go give me some love. I'm getting you guys the sauce for today. And we should be good to go. Elatrion looks like a fun hunt. Elatrion was kind of a bitch, but like I'd probably be able to fight Elatrion a whole lot better nowadays compared to what I was. But yeah, Elatrion was just kind of rough because you had a huge like gear check basically, and then kind of damage check for it. It's like certain weapons just had a really hard time with it. Not that it was impossible, just that is kind of the issue with putting something like that into the game. All right, I think we're good to go. Rich Cat, how's it going? It's going pretty good. How have you guys been? Hello. Here is today's artwork. Do me a favor. Go give the artist some love as well. And yeah, we're going to be picking up where we left off, I guess, today, Thursday? So we're going to be picking up where we left off on Tuesday. Yeah, no, I did stream Tuesday. So I didn't stream Monday. Wednesday was Monster Hunter only, which I do want to say, chat, I'm probably going to start working in at least like kind of one day every now and then within like a week when it's off content like this of just another game. I feel like that's good for me. I think one of the issues that I have kind of with the channel and with the community in general is everybody shows up just for FGO. Nobody shows up for anything else. And it's one of those things where I've got to start doing more in those other categories if I ever wish to grow the community into a much more well-rounded community that, you know, shows up for me at that point. And I'm not saying that some of you guys don't. In fact, the ones of you that are here right now are quite literally some of my most devoted people. So thank you for that. But yeah, it's like kind of got a dead week here. Not a whole lot going on. We got Evocation Festival coming out here, I think tonight. I'd have to double check the actual date on that. But it just kind of is what it is. Interestingly enough, I'm actually kind of done with the CBC event, but not with the like ladder properly. So I've got to, that's a 4-star. I need a 3-star. I'm going to start filtering this so that I only get the 3 stars, because that's the issue I'm having at the current moment. Is the only thing I still need is the 3-star stuff, and so after that, I'm just gonna go sit on the like point node, because apparently I still need like 1 million more points, which is kind of just whack. The Doge Cam, yes, they are sleepy. But I do know one thing. I see. There we go. Ern got me. Thank you, Ern. It's not like I've rolled out any of my FP or anything. I probably should have. I just a little bit been a time issue. Yesterday was much better for Wilds. You spoke more like you usually do. You mean screaming? Yesterday was pretty bad. So, chat, I switched to my PlayStation 4 controller, and it took a little bit getting used to because the buttons feel a little bit different again. it handles so much better. Like I just repeatedly, even today, I was getting the stick drift again with the other controller. So it's just it's wild to me how if you look at these two controllers, one of them looks like it's like way more state of the art and high tech, and it is somehow shittier made than the like really simple one. The design that they have like kind of just kept going all of these years and has worked really, really well for them. But yeah, it's definitely nice. I've also I've been doing some research on the side on my end. I don't want people to think I'm just sitting here doing nothing. I have been looking into things for YouTube and stuff like that. I guess in theory I could try to record a video or something today, but I don't know that I have anything today. And I'm currently reevaluating my stance on content. So I'm trying to kind of get a good idea for what it is that I want to do. And I'm doing a little bit of research on that. I'm kind of reading up on literature that I think can help me, and trying to kind of figure out what it is and how I kind of want to do stuff, which is weird because I've had other times where I've had to sit down and think about my content, feel kind of feel like I'm gonna go back to my roots and stuff and try to figure certain things out. But to some degree that's always difficult because I'm never quite sure how and what I want to do in that regard. So I feel kind of aimless even when I do stuff like that. Whereas now I feel a little bit better. So much yelling. Yes, I'm sorry for that. I just, like I said, it mauled me. And it was funny too, because once I figured out that that's what was going on, you'll notice the hunts almost immediately turned around. I started just immediately bodying the monsters again. And I was like, that's so freaking weird. I was basically playing with a handicap the whole time. But it happens. It's going good for me, JC. I hope everyone is doing good today as well. They fucked up point balancing on this event. I mean, it is what it is. And, I'll probably, if I have to pop a couple apples, I have to pop a couple apples. I think that's also been my issue is I have actually, for the first time in a long time, I think I've actually kind of fallen behind in an event because I did let some AP rot one of the days, and that was my bad, and I completely forgot about it. I didn't miss a login or anything. I just I logged in, went into a node to delay my AP capping, and then never went back. So I was like, fuck. Except for people to roll at least a little. Yeah, and that wouldn't surprise me. And I think what they probably saw is that if they develop things that way, it doesn't actually make anyone roll. It in a gacha game, you're not gonna spend your hard-earned currency just to complete an event. Most people would just be like, no, it is what it is. The reward would have to be very, very lucrative to cause someone to do something like that. It's one of the gold foes when I'm not using apples. Oh, I'll use apples. Apples don't bother me. 6 ads, you know the solution. It's funny because, don't get me wrong, right? I understand people don't like ads. We were talking about this all yesterday. It's just one of those deals where I think the ads on Twitch could be so much better. But so interestingly enough, part of me reading up on the YouTube side of things has actually led me in a weird way to reading up a lot about how YouTube works, and simultaneously the factors that drive YouTube. And one of them is obviously ads. So I've done a lot of reading about ads, and I now understand ads a lot more. And I now get why they need to run ads so much and why it is a thing for why they're so obtrusive, right? Don't get me wrong. They can do better. It's not me saying that oh yeah, they're totally justified in doing everything that they're doing. It's just now I understand it a little bit better. Picture to picture, yeah. Cold never bothered me anyways. Hello, okayist. Hello, Angora. How's everyone doing? Does Tiamat sooner or later next week? I think the earliest could be quite literally tomorrow. I don't necessarily see that happening though. Just because we still like don't have the Evocation Festival, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Yeah, Evocation Festival starts tonight. So like, I mean, I guess in theory you could get the pre-campaign like tomorrow, but the fact that Evocation Festival's like kind of butting right up against that makes me think maybe not. Maybe they just have less time for the pre-campaign. It's a Frozen reference? Oh, I know. The ads have compromised CAD quickly, brothers. We must purge from of the sickness. No, it's just I guess the better way to put it is I understand it, right? And at the same time, I've always been transparent with you guys about ads. Obviously, the ads benefit me 100%, right? So the more you guys watch ads, the more beneficial it is to me. So in a weird way, chat, don't get me wrong, but every time you guys complain about ads, you're basically complaining that you're having to, in a roundabout way, pay me money. So it's like, I get it, but also on the flip side there, I'm kind of just like, but I benefit from it. Like I don't think it's that crazy. In fact, in a lot of other streamers' streams, I see them basically telling the streamer to run more ads and shit like that and get that bread in effect because they know. So yeah, so I'm only at 2 million out of the 3 million that I need. Yeah, I'm doing on bronze here. Like I've almost completely gotten all of the gold materials out of the shop. So the only thing I really need to get are these foes. Looks like it's got to be at least one more run. P4 remake. In case it piques your interest, yeah, sure, send it to me. Doesn't bother me. Like I said, this PlayStation 5 controller is a piece of crap. So hold on. I just thank God this isn't someone for my friends list. Cause like, what the fuck? Problem with YouTube is even though they are short, they lack quality control. Like they're literally showing pornographic ads on YouTube. Yeah, that's because YouTube is such a monolith that everything that they do has to be done by like AI, which means that there's no person like actually supervising it. It's all automated. And so people can, if they can sneak something by the automation, they can just sneak it by and there's no stopping it. So I think if you wanted to, so if you wanted to take YouTube down, I think one of the easiest ways to do it would be to actually sit there and do something like that over and over and over and over and over again with things that are absolutely, like you said, like pornographic, gory, like things that absolutely should never have any part in an ad. I think if they spammed that, it would absolutely fuck YouTube over. And the reason why would be that YouTube would not just get in trouble publicly for that, damaging their reputation, they would get in trouble with the advertisers, because advertisers are not going to want to be associated with that sort of thing and feel like they're kind of getting lumped in since they're also advertising on YouTube while all of that's going on. And furthermore, it's going to prove to those advertisers that YouTube is not actually paying attention. And then they're going to go like, what are we paying you for if you're not actually paying any attention to this? And so it's going to become a bargaining chip on behalf of the advertisers, if not a reason for an outright pullout. And so that would really begin to hurt YouTube in that regard and force them to have to try to do something about it. And they would, don't get me wrong, I guarantee you they would. But until something like that happens, they're not going to change anything. But that's usually what it is. YouTube doesn't change a damn thing unless they have to, because they're reactionary because of how big they are. I saw a 1086 coin while farming. I mean, it's fine, I guess. Like, obviously, like, I looked at that person, they're only a 141, but still, after like 140 levels, it does take you at least a little bit of time to get even to that point. And so it tells me that that person's been playing long enough. Maybe benefit of the doubt, they had picked up their Castoria not long ago and they just don't have the materials. But I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to tell you the odds are instead that that person's just a lazy player and they don't actually like finish off some of their units. There are people out there like that. I understand it, but I'm not going to ever use your unit, nor will you ever get on my friends list if you're someone like that. I mean, like, if the skill was like rank 9, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But the skill was rank 5, so I wouldn't say only 141. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, 140 is where the game actually does start to slow down. So immediately at 141, you know that that person spent quite a bit of time. Because even getting that one more level meant that, like, okay, they've actually had to, like, sit down and kind of grind some. They've been playing long enough for it to be a thing. Because you can get to, like, the 100s very fast. Like, failing on purpose that hurts me on a spiritual level? Yeah. Hitting these higher levels needs better rewards. I wouldn't say need. I think, like, I think giving a better reward would obviously benefit the devs in a couple of ways, and it would give players a reason to do it. However, the thing about this is, it is such an automated experience getting to that level that they really don't have to try very hard. I don't make me do another run game. Okay, well, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it, we ball. I'll pop a silver right here. That way I just do a couple more runs. Give us something for hitting the higher levels would be nice. I'm sure everyone would. But is it going to be a big point that's going to cause you to stop playing the game? Is it going to be a source of frustration for you perpetually as you play the game? No. No, that's a safe one for them to sack. They know they don't have to give you jack shit for that, and they won't. And the entire reason why, from a developer standpoint, is that that is completely out of sight, out of mind for you 99.9% of the time. You only think about that when you go to, like, level up. That's it. That's the only time. And that happens so rarely due to the sheer length of the levels at that level that they know they have you. They know it's not going to be something that's going to, like, perpetually annoy you. So you're just going to be like, man, I wish they would do that. And then you're literally going to forget the thought 5 seconds later. Seems like the kind of thing they add rewards for Annie for. Yeah, I mean, they could do something like a milestone, and that could be a thing. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see them do that someday. But it's also one of those things where that's just because they feel obligated to give out rewards every anniversary. And so they can do that. But it's also a thing where it's still going to take people a long time to get to that point. Is 1K boxes for Ilya Fest recommended? No. I'm legitimately curious where some of you guys get questions like that. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, you know, don't shoot the messenger type deal and like, you know, just sit here and make fun of you for asking it. I legitimately don't know where that sort of question comes from. Because 1K is absolutely abnormal. It is not a normal or commonplace thing to do. And I've talked about it numerous times on the stream before, where it's like you really actually struggle to retain value in a loot box, well, not loot box, but the lotto box, after like, again, even like 300 boxes, it becomes extremely degrading. So as you start to get to like 500 boxes, it starts to actively like phase out of like, there is just no longer any reason to actually do it. People come up with excuses all the time for it, but most of the time those excuses are pretty poor. And a lot of the time, the people that I see doing it, obviously, it's content creators. Like, so if a content creator ever tries to give you a reason and tries to be like, yeah, I'm doing more than 500 boxes, one of two things is true. Either they truly believe their excuse, which probably means that they're ignorant, or they're just lying. And what do I mean by that? Does that make them like some evil, mean person? No, but I've noticed like a lot of it is this, and the real reason that they're doing it is this. Well, I'm not going to fit it in there, but it's content, right? Like, that's all it is. So it's like people will come up with a whole bunch of different reasons for why they're doing the stuff, but it's usually that. Overgrinding Lotto to get ready for class score. So, in what way would it help you for class score? Like how would grinding the Lotto help you in class score? Mats mostly? Okay. But do you know how many materials you actually need for class score? Have you watched Class Score Explained by Kadroth? Have you looked at the spreadsheet that Avalon made? Because you don't need that many materials for it. And you're not getting statues and monuments from that, which is probably going to be most people's major need. I guess embers for the class to get total levels. I mean, sure, I guess, right? But if that's the only reason you need it, you absolutely shouldn't farm the Lotto. Because Lotto is not efficient for embers compared to just doing 40 AP runs into the Chaldea Gate dailies for 5 stars. Remember, you're only getting 4-star embers from a Lotto, chat. So, like, it's still good, but it's like, if embers are the only reason you're doing it, there's no benefit. Class score is it'll happen when it happens, kind of. And that's the thing, like, I had to obviously make content for that and prepare everyone for it, but class score is a hurry up and wait. It's gonna unlock and everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, what do I do? Cat, what do I do? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, it's here. I need to and then you're gonna be like, cool, you have one unlocker. Make a choice. That's all you can do. And not clickbaity at all. Thank you, Okast. I'm down to 3 bronze only on JP. 3 bronze only. What do you mean? Oh, you mean the unlocker? Sure. It's just not worth doing the other categories? I wouldn't say that. I think it's worth doing the other categories. I just don't think there's like a whole lot you can do at the moment. Like, the game is so kind of locking you in that regard that there's just not a whole lot that can be done. Go ahead and put that into my inventory so that I clear out the space there. And that's pretty much it for the shop here. So then, Chad, is it the 90 that's the point node on this event? That's 70. How did I must have tapped the thing. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go sit on that sucker. Because holy crap, I have 900,000 I have to get done in 5 days. And I can probably do that, but like, I may have to pop an apple. So it will be what it will be. All my waifus are extra classes Pepe hands. I mean, like, the thing that's been salting me at this point is that they have also drug out like Ordeal Call for 2 years now, and I am still waiting on the ruler one. Still, like, and that is by far to me the class that would benefit the most from it, because remember, class score, while it does have things like the whatchamacall, like the 5% like NP damage and stuff, and like, yeah, that's nice, but it's not going to make a huge difference in the grand scheme of things compared to like, hey, here's all of the additional carding bonuses that you get from this. That does make a pretty sizable difference as you're going through and carding and critting people. So to me, the units that I actually card and crit with are rulers, quite unironically. Like, all the freaking time, it's usually my rulers are the ones that I'm trying to like set that up with, because there's a couple of like kind of heavy punching rulers in that regard. So it's like, that's the one I actually wanted to. Why did I come into the blue apple screen? And yet that's the one that they kind of saved all the way until the end. Yeah. Got a spare of her. Go back that down to 1 star. Delete those two. I kind of just eyeball it. I don't even bother to count. Why can't you guess when class score will end? Because you don't have a ruler to measure it with. Yes, that is the reason. Interestingly enough, there is no point ladder on JP. I didn't even realize that, but like, JP is just a straight event. There is nothing else here. But also on JP, the only thing that I still need, it's bronze. I don't know what it is, but every Chaldea Boys event, it is always the bronze CEs that screw me. So I will plead with everybody for the millionth time. If you have a bronze craft essence on JP, please put it on your Oberon. Because you can see, ain't nobody got the stuff equipped. There we go. Someone got one there. Doesn't even have to be MLB. Though I would prefer MLB. CBC point ladder feels so bad. Yeah. I don't even have a bronze C. Nobody does, because everybody took the gold C. So it's like you only have it if you rolled out your FP. That being said, I did do a 100 spin, so I should probably check that. I may have actually had one. Remind me after this one, chat. Out of curiosity, do faux pas enhancements to cards pair really well with class score enhancements? Not appreciably so. They kind of stand out as like their own thing. Like, it is a thing, but the faux pas print, like, enhancements to cards just literally add flat attack. It is useful. It is good, but in the grand scheme of things, it usually doesn't make a huge difference, because it's not like the biggest of modifiers. Whee! Everyone redeemed the gold? Yeah, it happens every Chaldea Boys. Like it's just something I've noticed over the years. Every Chaldea Boys, you have way too much gold mat and way too few of like silver and bronze. Particularly bronze, which is hilarious, because that should be the one that is the easiest in that regard. but it be what it be. FP is for Hakuno coins. Oh, I don't need Hakuno coins. I like, again, I never put the video out. I probably should at some point, but the idea that coins are dead, and it is still true. Coins are just, there's really no point to them past a certain point at this point, especially with the ability to shift your pens around. It has dramatically reduced the need to have coins. Dramatically. Yeah, exactly. It is just a attack modifier, and it can help, but it's like, even if you try to like scale it to the utmost with like a whole bunch of other combining modifiers, it's like it'll make a difference, but it depends on like how much you feel is a difference. Because like I forget exactly what I've seen, but I've seen like math indicating that like, let's say you stacked a whole bunch of like card type ups and crit modifiers on a card, and it was gonna do like 900k damage on the crit. And then you faux pod the card and it did the same thing. It would only do like 920k damage. So it's like, would it make a difference? Yes. Would it make a substantial difference? Probably not. Not unless it's like a really long knockdown drag out fight where like every inch matters type of thing. But it is still, to me, just another way to enhance your servant. It's another way to make them stronger. Does it make them stronger? Yes. How much? Not a whole lot. That's really all I can say on that. Like you foeing a card by 500, yeah. Which honestly, in that regard, like normal foes have an even greater impact because they're easier to get. They apply to everything you do. So it's like, it's just kind of nutty in that regard. But it's still better to have it than not. And again, on Ordeal Call 4 win. If I had to guess, Ordeal Call 4 is coming right after this on JP. But it's difficult to tell because we don't have an announcement yet. They might announce something soon. I know Mr. Two Love Trouble is going to be covering Anime Japan. I think that starts tonight. I don't know if Trubs is around right now. He's lurking. Because I know he just woke up because he's getting ready to stream. But yeah, Ordeal Call 4 should be coming out. Like I said, they do have FGO stuff. They also have Strange Fake. So they're going to be talking about both. And historically speaking, they do have a big announcement at Anime Japan. So I would not skimp. I would not think, oh, they're not going to do anything. Like, if you guys are up, if you guys are around, make sure you watch Mr. Trubs. He will cover all of it, both days. But yeah, I think like last year they did have a big announcement, but they didn't do it at Anime Japan, which is kind of a problem because the way to think about Anime Japan is like Anime Expo chat. So imagine if 1 year they didn't do anniversary actually at Anime Expo, but you thought they were going to. So you bought tickets, you went, and then they had a presence there, but they didn't do anything. And then like instead on the side, they do like this big extravagant like debut of anniversary, like televised instead. So for you and I, like watching here on Twitch, that's not a problem because we didn't go either way. But for the people that like actually bought tickets and went, for the people that like stayed up to watch, for the people that like really assumed that there was going to be some announcement at that convention, it's a huge letdown and a major bummer and probably burnt a hole in their pocket. So that's what they did at Anime Japan last year. They kicked the announcement that was supposed to be at Anime Japan to a television broadcast announcement, and like it was still hype what the announcement was, but it didn't happen at Anime Japan. So Anime Japan was a big nothing burger last year because of that. I don't expect they're going to do that again this year because I think they kind of know. Think FG will tempt fate and rent out the Tokyo Dome again? I would love to see them do that, but I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to tell you that the game is not where it used to be 5 years ago, and I don't expect it. I will be content with them just having a good anniversary. Like, it'd be awesome if they do that, but I don't think they will. Because I also think they lost their butts on that. When Twitch randomly turn off my streamer as live notifications, yes. But that's also why you get on the Discord, the Explosion Discord. And then you get notifications whenever I go live if you want. Or you just join and you pick the role that doesn't give you notifications, which is also fine. Then you only get pinged if I have to do a server-wide ping. Wait a minute, what did I just do? Okay, I did everything perfectly fine, except I just didn't rotate for Oberon. I thought I, like, bricked my run or something. Part 2 is at end of the year, instead of around any 10. Yeah, I do too. I guess in theory it's possible if, like, they do Ordeal Call 4 here, and then they're just like, the next thing is quote-unquote the end, then yeah, I guess they could do it at anniversary. I just don't expect it. Their pacing right now in Ordeal Call has been about one every 8 months. And so if we get one right here, kind of, you're looking at end of March, early April, right? So we'll just call it April in that regard. And then 8 months from there is... It fits. It fits way too fucking well. And we always know that that's how they like to operate. So all signs seem to point to that being the case. Like I don't anticipate it'll be anything else but. Let me refresh to see if I get lucky and get someone with an MLB. I didn't. Last year, Ordeal Call 2 was a 4-month gap with OC3. Yeah. But that is also irregular. And if you believe them, and I do, Ordeal Call 3 was not quote-unquote planned. So. Like, not originally, at least. I think, like, they had maybe always planned to do the story, but they maybe didn't plan to make it as big as they did. It wouldn't surprise me if they start the new part at the end of the year. Yeah. I mean, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think you're going to get the finale in December. And then I think you're going to get part 3 in January moving forward. Because that's just kind of how they've done the release of every single part. I think there's only one exception to that. I'm trying to remember when it was. No, there wasn't. Oh, I guess the exception is technically Ordeal Call, because Ordeal Call came in like late January / early February for the prologue, and that's purely and we know this for a fact, but that's purely because LB7 got delayed. Like, we know this, the devs talked about it, and they apologized for it. So I truly believe that the Ordeal Call prologue was supposed to come out in, like, January. And they couldn't get LB7 done in time, so they just kind of had to push it. We have the foreigner class score already. There's nothing stopping them from having a foreigner focused event that is relevant to the main storyline like Scramble was. There isn't, but I will say I don't expect that. And the reason I don't expect that is because of exactly how they treated Pretender. Like, at this current point in time, I expect foreigners getting the exact same treatment. We'll see. That doesn't mean like, oh, the foreigners have no storylines or anything like that. It just may be something that they're saving for a later point. Like maybe they're going to flesh out pretenders and foreigners more in part 3. Link up stuff where it makes the most sense. Yeah, I just look at the pattern of how like Nasu has always operated, and to me that seems to be the best indicator. It doesn't guarantee things, right? I've talked to you guys about this before. Nasu breaks patterns all the time. And it does feel like the devs have been on a pattern breaking streak of anytime they notice a pattern, that's when they try to change things up. Because to them, I think that is them getting stale. Like in their own head, I think they're thinking, wait, if we just keep doing the same thing over and over again, this gets boring. And so I think that's why they do it. So it's why I always tell you guys, like, you can look at a pattern, you can predict based off of a pattern. Just don't assume that it must be a way because of a pattern, right? Like, because I've tried to tell people this all the time, because I'll catch people being like, oh, well, this is how it's been all these other years, or oh, this is how it was this year. And so many times I've been proven right when I told people that they needed to like doubt that sort of thing, that I feel kind of vindicated at this point by it, and just go like, yeah, no, you guys shouldn't be assuming everything will be a pattern. But I think if there's any pattern that is going to stick, it's probably that one. It's that like, hey, we do our arcs basically based off the years, because it's like it's a reset, and narratively then they can also say like, oh, you know, this is happening in 2026 like on the JP server, and it will make sense, rather than like something happening in 2025 but it was partway through the year and the other part of the year was this other thing. Like, so that I think they're doing it as well just for the easy recognizability and like codification of the timeline. I think it just makes it easier for them to process. This is the year where they break the pattern of Poster Girl not being rollable. Listen, Poster Girl has been rollable most years. I really like, I'd have to look to see when the last banner was for Poster Girl, but like it very frequently does reappear, and it's usually in a Gouda Gouda banner. The problem is people won't call that rollable because it's grouped up with like 5 other craft essences. And it's like, well, it's there. It is rollable. It's just a shit rate up. Have fun. Poster Girl's last banner was like 6-7 years ago. What? No. There's no way it can have been that long. Has it? Am I just talking out my ass here? Oki to banner for Gouda Gouda 2 rerun. You're sure? I kind of want proof on this. He's right. Saying he's right doesn't prove it, chat. I need proof. Damn, it wasn't on that one. Those cheeky little bastards. Yep. As far as I can see it, it is 2018 on JP. That's fucking wild. Because it looks like what they did is on all the like other Gouda Gouda banners, they just paired with the current event's craft essences, which is kind of like nuts because I could have sworn at some point they had done one where it was like kind of like how if you guys have ever seen like the old New Year's ones or the old Halloween ones where like you could go back in time and you could roll the older craft essences. But I mean, it is what it is. That being said, Ghost Girl's not the only taunt C in the game. It's depending on what you want to use a taunt C for, objectively speaking, Poster Girl's probably one of the worst ones. It's very rare you see a situation like how I had with Ort, where you actually end up using it for its like intended attack up effect. Most of the time, people use it for 3 turns of taunt, and it's like you can do that, but it's not like a oh my god I have to do things this way type of deal. There are 4 craft essences in the entire game that have taunt on them. Gouda Gouda Poster Girl is the only one that has 3 turns. That's where people really like that, I assume. But there are other ways to get taunt, and usually the things that have 3 turns on it are units. So it makes sense. But no, I mean, that's one of the reasons why people go after like Outrage, especially. And Halloween Arrangement has had at least a couple of raid ups. I don't know the Grand New Year's really had that many. I think Grand New Year, basically. Like, unless it reappeared. People just allowed no HP. Yeah. So it's like, you quite literally have to have, like, a hard-on for the 3-turn taunt, or for the, like, 60% attack up that Poster Girl has. These are good effects, but like I said, most of the time people just want a taunt craft essence. And if all you want is a taunt craft essence, you want. Totally spelled that backwards. Guaranteed? A guaranteed outrage, anyways. If you do the redemption from the Da Vinci shop, you can just select it as a craft essence. So to me, yeah, it sucks that they haven't brought it back. It's not the end of the world. I do think, though, that they need to make some of the taunt Cs more available. Because, like, okay, sure, you can say, like, Outrage gets one every year. But that also is on a very specific banner that you would have to roll at some point if you wanted it. And that's really it. Like, that's the only one that consistently comes back. The others, they need to kind of do that at some point in order to actually get people to kind of perk up and pay attention. And I think that's their biggest issues, is they're not really doing that. And so at that point, it becomes very difficult for people to get their hands on multiple copies of a taunt C. Getting one, sure, is nice, but, like, for instance, you'll see a lot of the, like, quote-unquote free-to-play and low-star and yada-yada-yada strats for clearing things. And it's like, okay, hey, that's cool. Oh, and then they use, like, multiple taunt Cs. They use craft essences that are, like, super old welfare Cs that are maybe not available to you. They use things that, you know, only, like, a whale would have, with, like, an MLB K-scope or something like that. And I'm not, I say that. Obviously, you could potentially get that eventually as free-to-play. But it's like, usually if you're somebody that's struggling with it, you're not somebody that has those things. So to me, that is why they kind of need to make stuff like that a little bit more available. Not really free to play. Yeah. It's one of my bigger issues that I've had with stuff like that. So, and I've talked about it at least a couple of times on the channel, but it's like, I'm not trying to say that, like, anybody that puts out guides like that is, like, wrong for doing it. I think it's always nice to be able to show what the low stars are capable of, and I think it's still a good, like, model that people can try to apply to their own run. But naturally, you can't, like, copy it, you know, in the exact same way that everybody else does. When, you know, you've got somebody sitting there, and, like, the example I always used to give you guys, because like, and I know this came up often, and I don't want it to sound like I'm, like, trashing him in any way, shape, or form, because I'm not. But, like, the example that always would come up would be, like, Hanako doing a clear with Ku. And they'd be like, well, Ku can do it. And it's like, no, Hanako's Ku can do it. Hanako's, like, 120 gold fode, like maxed out Ku can do it. And it's like, could you do that yourself? Yes, you could. You could grail the unit. You could absolutely go in there and gold foe the unit. There's nothing stopping you from doing it per se, except for the use of extremely limited resources that most people don't want to do just to get through a challenge, just to get through a given fight. Like, most people just go like, no, I don't want to do that. So, like, that comes up all the time, but it's kind of a, like, gotcha moment in chat whenever that comes up, because yes, somebody did it. No, you probably can't do it yourself. Not unless you wish to go to that length, right? Like, so at that point, I just look at that and I go like, well, it's kind of like a garbage comment when someone says stuff like that. If we're bringing back anything from year one, can it be Da Vinci Lotto? No. Everybody always asks for that, and the answer's no. But yeah, chat, we are going to be getting the Evocation Festival on NA. You guys could see. I was actually, like, scrolling through Okida's Oki just banners herself because I was like, I could have sworn there was a Gouda Gouda one where they did what I talked about, but I guess I was wrong. So that's my bad. Yeah, we're gonna be getting the quote unquote pilgrimage festival pilgrim because we can't like I have to say this, chat. This is something that has been bugging me for a while now. I do like the localization staff that NA has, but this is some justify my existence level of bullshit. This annoys me as a content creator. And let me explain to you why. There's been a translation that was being used by fans too. Not on the English side. I haven't seen a single damn English speaking person use that. Okay? Like, don't get me wrong. I get it. I get that this is a translation thing and you can translate it either way. Allow me to state my case to completely rebuff anything you guys could say to defend them. Why change what isn't broken? If the term pilgrimage works and the term evocation works to recall something, which is, again, exactly what this is doing, right? We're not going on a pilgrimage here. We are literally recalling everything that happened in the past and therefore getting the old units. The problem with this shit is you basically just end up offsetting the community for no fucking reason. This is the exact same thing as Artoria's name, the exact same thing as the Tam Lin, the exact same thing as calling the celestial sword masters in Summer 4 fairies instead, right? I'm okay with some translational differences, but I start to get upset when it actually impacts my content. When I have put out a video calling it the Evocation Festival, because that is what literally everyone calls it. This just looks trite. This just looks like they changed it just to be different so that it comes out in a way that we weren't expecting, so that it creates buzz and creates discussion. But who it fucks is people that are already sitting there trying to kind of get ahead of the algorithm, and you've now changed things. And I had to actually go back, and you guys can see it, I had to go back in my video and change the title of my video because of this. It's stupid. It's just asinine. And I don't get it, okay? This has happened enough times now that it's beginning to piss me off. If it's like one time, it doesn't matter. I can get over it. It's no big deal. But this is like the third or the fourth time I've had to do something like this because they just wanted to kind of quibble over the translation of a word and change it. Again, like I said, I understand. I understand that maybe they're trying to go for a more authentic representation. That's cool. But to me, this is happening like every time it can possibly happen. Okay? And it's where there's smoke, there's fire now. Because it's not just, oh, they kind of changed this here, but then they got this one right and this one right and this one right. Oh, but then they changed this here. It's every time there is a big translation related thing like this, they always go the opposite direction from what the currently existing fandom was calling it. And that is why I'm getting annoyed by it. That is why it's stupid. It is, like I said, as if they're trying to justify their existence and their job. And it's like, it's stupid to me. They changed cranking also. Yes, and I'm sorry, the name change on cranking is dumb. Because if you look at what cranking is, they went not for a simple, to the point understanding of what that is. They went with a way more complex thing that most people wouldn't really understand. It's stupid. It makes no sense. Drama baiting? Yeah, it does feel like that at this point. Fan translation has been wrong on numerous occasions too. No, see, that's just it. I'm sorry, Avalon. You can defend them all I want. I'm not fucking defending this anymore. There is no to be fair to these guys anymore. This is getting fucking stupid. This is pissing me off. It's quite literally once or twice I can deal with. It's every fucking time. Every time they do this. And I don't know why. So it's like I said, it's to me, it's just them changing it just to change it. It's if there are two translations possible of a word, they will always go with the one that the community didn't accept. A pointless change. Yes, I agree. As the actual one is crank in. Sure. And you know what? If they had gone with crank in, that'd be fine. But they didn't. And this is my point, right? This is where localization becomes a problem instead of translation. This is, we're going to change the meaning of something because we feel like it fits better. I don't even care if they're working with the JP devs on this. I really don't give two shits what they think about what things should be in English. I would rather a direct translation at this point. I would rather it. And then if the fan community wants to get it wrong, that's fine. Okay? Like I said, I at least understand the Tam Lin one because I do understand what they're trying to go for with this. And I think this one's a much more nuanced and complex one than most people give it credit for. But this is fucking stupid. This didn't need to happen. How many apples needed for 300 boxes in the lotto? It's difficult to estimate that, Devil. I will say once you get to like peak efficiency, it's like one apple every box. But maybe even a little bit more efficient than that. My point is that the community went with pilgrimage for a time until they changed it. No, I never saw. Like, when it came out on JP, I saw the word pilgrimage get used some, but it wasn't the community went with pilgrimage. It was some people were translating it as pilgrimage, some people were translating it as evocation. And then the community accepted evocation as the more accurate and better translation of what this was. Right? Like, so this was never the commonly used translation ever at any point. Tam Lin is a specific fairy, right? Tam Lin is referring to a story, which is a very interesting story. If you guys like the Fairy Knights, go read up about Tam Lin. And you'll see that is where they get the entire concept of the Fairy Knights. The entire concept of this story applies to the Fairy Knights. So that's why they're called the Tam Lin Knights. Tam Lin is irrelevant for an A. JP Merch used it from like day one. Well, I wouldn't say that. Tam Lin is completely relevant for an A because this is an Artoria situation. Right? What was Artoria? Well, she was Artoria in Japanese, which was translated from Artorias in English/Latin. Okay? So when you bring it back to English, you're not going to translate it Altria because that's just fucking stupid. So at that point, you could say the same thing kind of happened with Tam Lin, where the source material was something of basically what English/Irish origin. And at that point, moving it back and calling it something different is just weird. because then you're not associating it with the right thing. For the leaves, they're not consistent and are using evocation. Are they? Did they actually say that? I mean, this is here, but let me go look at the actual announcement, so I don't stick my foot in my mouth here. All right, this is the easy way to tell. Chat, I'm going to type in evocation. If I see it anywhere on this page, they're fucking idiots. Okay. So I at least don't see it. You're on the rate up page? Wait. Oh shit, you're right, I am. Hold on. No, you notate cookie. Yeah, I'm sorry, this is stupid. Chat, Avalon, why were you trying to defend this? Like, this is just actually stupid. Actually stupid. No, that is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It's a valid translation. Yeah, like, and that's what I was trying to say, though. That didn't need defending. I know it's a valid translation of the word. It's not the community accepted one. And they chose it just to do something different. That's it. That's the only reason. Like, there's such a stupid thing. It's gonna display here on banners and people are gonna go, what the fuck is this? Oh, that's Evocation Festival. It's confusing for no reason. It really is. And that is when localization is at its worst. When it is confusing. The entire point of localization is to make things less confusing. That's why localization is chosen over translation in some cases. It's because usually a lot of companies just want to get the product in front of you and just want you to like the product. So they want to make it as dumbed down and least confusing as possible because they know you might not be able to understand the nuances of something being translated from another language. So they localize it. But if you're going to make things freaking confusing, it is quite literally counterintuitive to the concept of localization. They could have left an evocation. Exactly. I don't know why they changed it. This is the dumbest thing ever. It's such a stupid thing for me to be upset about. But like I said, this is the hill I'm choosing to die on at this point because this is not one instance of this. This is now several instances of it. And it's seemingly serves no point and is just needlessly stupid, right? Like, maybe it's AI translated. No, it's not AI translated. They have people actually over there that can speak fluent Japanese. So that's not the issue. It's like I said, they changed it. It feels like to change it, to make it so that it was surprising. Like someone in chat said earlier, it's almost like it's drama baiting, right? Like, yes, it's going to get people to discuss it. But to me, this is not how you want your game discussed. This is disgusting instead of discussing. All of Evocation 2 through 10 videos now? I don't need to do that right now. There's really no point. But yeah, it's dumb because, like I said, I had to sit there and I had to go back and I had to edit the title on my video because of this change. Because if you're an NA player and you've never heard about the Evocation Festival before, or you have heard about it, but somehow it doesn't click in your brain that that's what this is, and you start to type into YouTube and you're like, what's the Pilgrimage Festival? My video would not show up without me changing that title. And that's why I hate this. Yeah. This is why I will always hate these stupid changes. Because there's nothing I can do about this as a content creator. Me trying to stay ahead of them, and I'm sure, like, on their end, they would sit there and they'd be like, good, fuck those content creators, they hate us, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, this is why. This does not earn you any brownie points with any content creators. We will not speak well of you when you do this crap, because you're just needlessly antagonistic with this sort of thing. So when I see this, it just aggravates me and reminds me of the fact that we don't have a good relationship between Aniplex and content creators, because Aniplex won't allow a relationship. And so therefore anything they do is naturally hostile towards us. And it's stupid. It shouldn't be. There should be a better, like, relationship there, because I do think there's a lot of content creators that are passionate for this game and love it and want to kind of do right by it. But when you do stupid stuff like this, you're just naturally setting yourself at odds with other people that are trying to plan ahead, trying to prepare your community in ways that you're not doing. So at that point, this is basically just like saying you don't care about any of them and you can tell them to go fuck off. Because that's what this does, in effect. We're messing with their clairvoyance, lol. Yeah, it's like, and the hilarious part is like, okay, fine, you messed with my clairvoyance, but we still prepared everyone. We still knew this was coming, and now all you've done is create a talking point for me to bash you with. So this didn't gain you anything. You got nothing out of it, and all you did was create some animosity for making a stupid change that didn't need to be made. It is what it is. I can't say it any better than that. Like, this is, to me, it's one of those things where they don't think about it, and it's just a net loss for them. Because it can't possibly gain them any benefit. I'm just looking to see, everything here is exactly as we expected. Hey, Avalon, did we... I know we had the daily missions at first, but did we have... Were they immediately available through the extra missions? Did we? Yeah, I know we had the daily missions. Yeah, it says it's permanent, so I assume these are like the tutorial missions, is what they're talking about. Because you can get them through that. I just, like, I don't know, something about that didn't make me think that that was the way it was at launch. I feel like the ones asking for these changes is more Type Moon rather than Aniplex. I don't think that's asking for a change. I think that's literally Aniplex of America. Aniplex of America makes this. So they asked to have all of this sent to them, and they ask for the quote-unquote font. So, like, they probably... Okay, chat, They probably get... Okay. They probably get a, like, an image file, okay? So, like, either a PDF, probably not a PDF, but, like, maybe even something for, like, Photoshop, right? A PSD, sorry, that's the term I'm looking for. So they probably get a PSD file. They're able to come in here, literally change this from Japanese to English, and make any sort of small changes to the lettering and stuff that they might need to do. And that's it. That's all I assume they have to do. And I think they do it. Like I think there maybe is some discussion as to how to translate it, and that maybe is a discussion that is had with Type Moon. And that's it. I don't think there's any idea to maybe look at how they can keep things in a non-confusing manner for people. Give us new missions with the Evocation Festival release. Yeah, that I know, but I'm not talking about that. Unless you're not meaning, you're meaning the permanent missions that come out with it, not the like temporary master mission things for the campaign. Ryder Kentucky blows these other two away. It doesn't help when Ketz is arguably the lowest NP damage out of all the rulers. Has no charge in her kit. And then you have Shoot and Caster, who does pretty respectable damage, but doesn't have any charge in her kit either. It's sad, too, because this would have been the perfect time to buff both of them. His main buff is one turn. Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes they keep the unit, like, a little bit more kind of toned down because they know it's welfare. Like, sometimes we get some really strong welfares, and that's always surprising to me. Because I feel like it's a lot smarter for them not to give us a strong welfare. Because the welfare is a replacement for your need to roll. So it's a good idea if you're the dev to just do nothing with that. And then you'll actually see like, hey, yeah, we gave them a welfare, so they have something, but it's not strong enough, so now they still need to roll something else. Over the welfare and ascension match first? Yeah, like, chat, go for this, not this. You can get the coins, but only get the coins if you already, like, if you're someone like me that's been playing for long enough that you have every welfare, right? Like, because, allow me, chat. When this first comes out, yeah, you're actually going to get a ton of leaves kind of like given to you from those missions. But your like daily amount that you're going to be getting is not going to be that significant. The amount that you'll get probably the majority of from the rest of the time is going to be from event shops. That's going to be highly limited as well. So if you just kind of blow your load, and you guys can see it's a lot to get kind of all the coins out. So if you blow your load on all of this, like quite literally to buy everything you need to get the unit online, so like all of their MP copies, all of their essential materials, and literally like the unlock for the first copy there, that is 1,200. Okay? It is twice as much to buy the coins. Twice as much as everything else. So don't necessarily get caught in that trap, because even if you go like, hey, I'm going to buy Kentoki's coins, and then I'm going to buy like Shuten's coins, and then I'm going to buy Ketz's coins, guess how many coins you're going to have for the next Evocation Festival? It ain't going to be a lot. So my advice, if you still need some of the welfares, hold on for that. How many leads do you get per week for the dailies? Oh, that's a good question. You can see they're going to give you guys a ton from like the login bonus and stuff. Of course, they don't talk about it. Let me see if I can get it in. Well, So you'll get 30 a day, right? So 210 a week. Assuming you're doing all of your stuff. But see, chat. So 210 a week. Oh, well, that's fine, Cad. At 210 a week. It'd take you almost 3 months. Get enough for one unit. You will get them through other sources. You will get them through, events. So like that number will go up, but maybe think before you spend is I guess the way to think about it. Because again, the other thing here too, chat. Oh, damn it. I have to go back. Okay, I'll have to find it the other way. It's just funny because it doesn't link into any of this because it's titled differently on an A. So basically, you guys are going to get these real fast, right? Like, so part 1 here, it was April on JP, but we're literally getting it already here in March. Part 2, again, you guys can assume a similar shift, so expect this in April. Is actually, this happens right after the Collab event. So, like, quite literally, guys, you're going to get Evocation Festival, pre-campaign, Collab event, Evocation Festival 2. Like, it's that fast, okay? So, you will not have that much longer. And unlike the first one, they're not going to give you a crap ton. They will give you some here to kind of help you out. But it's not like, oh my god, I just have this, like, huge treasure trove now. So be very, very careful at this point, because depending on how you guys feel, some of these are going to happen really, really fast. Evocation Festival Part 3, July. So that's probably going to move up as well due to the anniversary. But this actually, in theory, could be shifted behind the anniversary. It depends on how they want to handle that. But so again, like, boom, there you go. And chat, I'm sure none of you want to grab coins for her. I know at least one person in chat probably wants to grab coins for her. Part 3 is for the tower event. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, in theory, though, this doesn't mess up their this doesn't mess up the NAGSSR, so they could punt this till after if they had to. But it is what it is. Like, I'm not expecting them to. It's just something that, in theory, they could do. And, maybe some of you guys might like Shisha. So. So, after this one, then you finally get a little bit of time. So, like, your first Evocation festivals are really fast. The 4th one gives you a couple of months after that. So, all I'm trying to say is, like, yeah, I wouldn't just immediately go ham. I would try to, like, pick and choose and think about how you want to handle this. And remember, you guys can see just how many we've had. Evocation Festival Part 10 was February of this year. Evocation Festival Part 9 was January of this year. Evocation Festival Part 8 was April. So between 8 and 9, they really slowed down. They really, like, there was basically an 8-month gap between these two. And only get one Valk from Evo? No, you can get all three. Which is funny, because I haven't bought them yet. Oh, chat, by the way, this is a thing. What are the missions for these? Let me see if it has it. Yeah. One of the missions for these is always basically to level the unit up. Okay, so just keep that in mind, that if you want to get the full reward here, if you want to get 60 extra and a Grail and 12 quartz, because you got to complete them all for that. So if you want all of those rewards, you need to buy at least one of these and level them if you don't have any. If you already have at least one of the welfares in a given batch leveled up, you're good. You don't have to do that. Okay? So just keep that in mind. If you're somebody that is lacking, like, literally all of these old welfares, you need to level at least one of them. This will be tough. No, I'm good. I'm good. You don't remember why? Was it part 9? I think it was part 9. Maybe it was part 10. Am I missing something? It was part 9, just separate. Fandom, you little bastards. So they didn't do anything here. So in this one, I'm pretty sure it was this one. I'm pretty sure it was part 9. They made it. So there's a little known feature, I guess, according to fandom, that during the Evocation Festival, you have two times efficiency at leveling any of the welfares in the Evocation Festival, as if you would in their event. So, like, when this Evocation Festival rolls around, you'll have a 2 times efficiency for, like, the Valks and her, okay? But 9 was special, because 9 did this for all Evocation Festival welfares, not just the ones on Raid Up during it. Which means that any plans that I had to take advantage of the 2 times efficiency means that I can punt it until that point. Okay, so it's not there. So it's campaign info. Yeah, here you go. So normally, chat, this is just the ones that are in a specific Evocation Festival. So it's like, if this is like the 7th batch, it'll be just the ones from Evocation Festival 7. But this was instead all Evocation Festival welfares that had been released. So I was like, I get to take advantage of that. Because again, it's not like there's any saber faces here. Right, chat? Like do 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 do. And the problem with this is, in case you guys are curious, so these are level 80 because they're 4 stars, right? So that means you need 2 grails to get them to 90, 5 grails to get them to 100, and 10 grails to get them to 120 for a total of 17 grails apiece for each of these if I want to 120 them. So what's 5 times 17, chat? 85? I need 85 grails. Isn't Kagatora Saberface? No, unfortunately. I wish. There's time it's grails on the menu, I guess. Grail casting for 24 a year? Yeah, you like right now, I'd wager you get somewhere north of 30 grails in a year. So am I likely to have all 85 grails by that point in time? No. But I could probably get close. Yeah, that one. I mean, if you literally recolor her eyes green, that is Saber. Right there. Like, it's the hairstyle and everything. It's Saber with some extra ears. Takeuchi face be like, well, listen, I mean, like, well, I get that, right? The thing is, you can say it's a Takeuchi face, but it's also Saber's hairstyle, including the back-tied braids into a bun that is tied up with a ribbon at the bottom. It's literally the hairstyle, and it's on purpose. I guarantee it. They basically made her so that she was a pseudo Saber face because they knew nobody who saw this would think anything unless they were a Saber face fan, and they knew, chat. They absolutely knew that we would see this and be like, secret Saber face. Head wings for better maneuverability, yes. One definitely appeared similar to the female Hakuno. I mean, one of them clearly appeared to be similar to C2. Will I be 120ing that Valkyrie? No. Kat, are you going to break down the complexity and the appeal of a saber face? I easily could. Do I need to use words? Where can I get that burger? Oh, see, you want the burger. I wish to be the burger. I see the light now. Thank you. Thank you for the bits. Too much info, Cad? What? There's nothing wrong with that. So I'm in Devore. No. You'll understand when you're older, Strom. I wish Burger King made burgers like that, right? Could use more salter, though. All right, hold on. Need I say more, chat? The burger is gone? You're darn right. It got eaten. It got moku'd. The Whopper used to be a Whopper? Yes. We need to get that Moku on a 12-hour loop, right, Cad? Honestly, the cutest part about that isn't the Moku chat. The cutest part about that is the as she gets discovered. That's what's so cute about it. When the moment she realizes she was caught in 4K. I wanted a bite too, though. I wanted to be the bite. $10-hour Moku video win? I don't know. Caught not having her usual cold front? Yes. The only thing I'm jelly about Arcade about. Yeah, to me, Arcade is a constant reminder of like what FGO could be. And I don't mean like in the PvP sense, I just mean in the sense of like more in the way of like servant interactions, more in the way of like 3D and actually like kind of bringing them to life, right? I feel like when we look at this and it's like the game doesn't even have live 2D, and then we see something like that, it's like almost another world to us. Arcade has color alts. I'm gonna be honest with you, the color alts I think are like one of the worst things. It is something they could do right, and it'd be a way to differentiate your servant from somebody else. But like, I don't want to recolor Saber because I like Saber. So it's like, I guess you could recolor it, but it wouldn't be the same, right? Don't care about the recolors. Yeah, I mean, like, I think it was an interesting idea to see them experiment with that, but over time I realized it just was not something I cared about. FGO MMO, let's go. I mean, that's apparently what Apocrypha was supposed to be. Way back in the day, Apocrypha was originally, like, conceptually designed to be an MMO game for Fate. And interestingly enough, I think they should have done it. I think it might have actually really helped the game, but or the IP. But at the end of the day, it probably would have failed just like many other MMOs. So why no Steam FGO Arcade then? Oh no, that's easy. So I get this question all the time where people are like, why don't we have arcade? Chat. For one, arcades over here in the West are kind of dead. We used to have them. That's actually where Japan gets it from. They get it from the same concept that applied in America. But arcades over here are dead. So there's no arcade culture anymore to help buoy something like that. Two, the closest thing we have is like Dave and Buster's at this point. Two, you are literally going to play, but you're going to pay per minute. Chat, explain to me how anyone thinks that they could release the arcade game outside of Japan as a non-pay model and that they think that that would work. Because I'll give you two scenarios to prove why it will not. One, you play FGO for free. So unless you're just like, you're after arcade for like the PvP aspect of it, you're not going to pay per minute to go play arcade. And two, let's assume that somehow they did release it over here and it didn't cost you any money. You would actually have Japanese people that would fly to America to not have to pay. Quite literally. That's where, when you look at this sort of thing, it wouldn't work out. It would just immediately fail. Or, you know, probably the far more likely scenario wouldn't be anyone flying over here. It would literally just be the second it gets released over here in the West, it doesn't matter what sort of barrier they would put up for it to not be playable in Japan. They would get around it with any number of pirating and VPNs and stuff like that just to be able to play. So, like, there is no chance that you would get it as a free release. Okay? And so when you start to think about that, then the only appeal for them to do it is the money. And the money, I think it would make far less on the American side or the global side than it would in Japan. That already has an arcade culture and already has people devoted to the current business model. They would have to completely find a different way to handle it, and there's just no chance it works. Arcade is already pretty dead, though, no? As far as I understand it, yeah. Who would pay $200 to buy FGO Arcade on Steam? I mean, even if you did that, it'd still be a transactional thing. The arcade cards were pretty cool, though. Yeah, like, there's good stuff about arcade, but arcade, by all accounts, costs quite a lot of money to play regularly, and it is kind of considered to be the whalier of the two. Between FGO and FGO Arcade, FGO Arcade is more whaley than FGO is. So there's not a chance in hell that like, I get why people want it. There's not a chance in hell it comes in the status that it is. Otacon always had arcade machines to try, at least. Yeah. I have no idea. I have no idea if arcade's full of cheaters. You could cost less per roll, but you'd probably spend more in the end anyways. Yeah. Here's the thing, right? I see what you're saying, Avalon. That sounds great. Zero chance that works. Would you like me to explain why? Sorry, zero chance, assuming one thing is true. For as long as arcade exists, that will never work. And the reason why is this little thing. Oh, sorry. I combined the two words in my head. This little thing called copyright. Absolutely. The second they try to release anything on that, boom! Sega, Sony, everybody involved in that project is getting their money's worth out of those people. Not a chance. I wouldn't, like, if I were doing something like that, I would absolutely keep it on the down low. And I would wait, and I would hope, and I would pray that they shut down arcade permanently. Because only if they shut down arcade permanently might you possibly get away with that. And it's still possible that you get copy struck. It's on the down low so far? Yeah. Like that's some balls right there. And the reason I say that is because, like, anybody and their brother can, like, sit there and pirate stuff and try to, like, come up with their own jailbroken version of it. The problem is it's a lot of work, and you're very likely to get hit unless the devs are benevolent in some way. Have Lund snitching on them? Nah, that's fine. I mean, people watch my stream, I guess, but chat, shh. If they were to release that as a whole. Yeah, and it's obvious to see why, because if arcade is still running, and exactly like I talked about there, you offer free to play arcade, what do you think is going to happen? The company is going to go, wait, we don't make money off of this, so we can't allow this. Because this will hurt the amount of money that we make here. And they like money more than they like not money. Paid customers vanish. Yep. Yeah, people would just go play on that. Are they shutting down arcade, or did I misremember? To my knowledge, it's not getting shut down yet. It's just they're no longer releasing, like, content updates for arcade. Like, I think they occasionally do, like, balance patches on it and stuff, but that's it. That's how I got all the assets for the cards. Nice. Haven't put copyrights for that specific product. It won't matter, because one, Sony and Aniplex both have US headquarters. Two, the US usually honors international copyright law. So, like, if you tried to be the first one to do it over here, and they were like, wait, that already exists over here, and they're going to get angry at you, no, we're not letting you have that. So that would be a thing, right? Like, they would also clearly be able to tell it was the IP of literally those companies. So Type Moon, I guess, in theory, doesn't necessarily have a USA branch, but Type Moon is, in effect, handled through Aniplex of America, so it wouldn't matter. Copyright gets messy and is just a headache. It is. It just, don't assume that you would ever get away with anything copyright related in the United States, because the United States is extremely bullish on that sort of stuff. It's like, you want to get away with a copyright issue, chat? Go to Russia. Go to China. Those two don't give any shits about copyright in the rest of the world. But oh no. Oh no, 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 no. No, don't try it in the United States. You'll absolutely get struck down. And I'd also hazard a guess that Europe is similarly probably pretty stringent on it, though I don't know for sure. Are Japan's laws on copyright really bad? You may be thinking of the patent law issues that they were having recently with like Power World and stuff. And Nintendo. Europe is worse than the US on copyright. There you go. So, what about African copyright law? Yeah, that'd probably be another thing, right? Like, the idea would be you need to go somewhere outside of the conventional norm, or someplace that not only doesn't care, but quite literally is antagonistic towards the rest of the world and how they operate. Like, the whole reason, chat, that you're able to get away with, like, anime piracy and manga piracy is because most of those sites are not hosted in the United States or Europe. That's why. I'm not even kidding you. Like, if they were, they would get immediately taken down. Like, I say that you could probably sneak it by until your site is quote unquote discovered. But the second it's discovered, if you don't have a backup post, boom, you're getting DMCA'd. And I think that is becoming more and more of an issue in like current year here, as we've started to see like literally in the past like year or two here, we've had a ton of like the manga sites, a ton of the like anime piracy sites get shut down, right? Because I think now the Japanese companies are trying to expand globally. And as they look to that, they're realizing just how much revenue they're losing out on, because the global market is consuming their product, but they are not paying for their product. And that's pissing them off. It's not going to solve piracy. Their service is trash. Yeah, I mean, piracy is inherently a service issue. We've talked about that before. Gabe has talked about it. So what does that mean? I'll give you guys an example. I pirate stuff. Why do I pirate stuff? Because I don't want to have to pay 20 different sites for one thing. It's that simple. I get really freaking tired of it. I also get really freaking tired of paying a subscription to a site so that I don't have to have ads, and they start putting ads in it. I don't need to subscribe to you anymore then. Pirate Cat Alter? Listen, that used to be Cat Alter because I used to pay all the sites. I used to pay them all money, and I didn't have a problem with it as long as they were relatively consolidated to like 2 or 3 sites. But I'm not paying 10 different sites. I'm not paying 20 different sites. I'm not paying 100 different sites. Like, it's starting to get ridiculous. Like, chat. I started getting ads on my Amazon Prime. I started getting ads on Disney Plus. Started getting ads on Netflix. No point. And then you look at like maybe some of the other sites, and it's like, oh, they have like that one show, that one movie, that one thing that I want. But you can't get it a la carte. You can't just pay them a lump sum for that one thing. You have to literally subscribe in order to get access to all of it. And I'm like, I don't need it. I just want that one thing. I'm not paying you just for that one thing. The companies come back to Japan and go, hey, you fucked up. I mean, they're still just going to sit there and be like, yeah, but we have it in Japan. So. Subscribe for 1 month, watch everything, unsubscribe. Annoying, though. Yeah. And that's... So this is actually a thing. I don't know if you heard. They passed a law saying that every site, every, like, online platform now must have a, like, one-click unsubscribe button. Because so many of them, they would hide the button. They would make it buried. They would make you have to go through so many different, like, hoops to get to it. And then once you clicked it, then you would have to, like, fill out this fucking survey. You would have to, like, answer all of these things as to, like, why you were unsubbing. You would have to reconfirm and reconfirm. And, like, they made it as impossible as possible to unsub, to quit paying them. And it's like, thank God. Because yeah, like, I'll give you guys an example. I literally, I was subscribed to Netflix for 7 years. 7 years consecutively, no hiccups, nothing. Over that time period, Netflix has increased price like 5 times. The thing about this is, and what finally made me quit, they increased price like 2 times within the span of like 1 year. And I went like, no. Nope. Sorry. Don't care. And like, people can sit there and they can be like, but inflation, Cat. I don't care. You know who else suffers from inflation? Me. And guess what? Netflix is going to be the one that suffers now, not me. Disney too? Yeah, Disney I know did as well. And doubly so when they start being like, and now we're going to put ads. Even though you paid for us for not having ads. But oh, now we've created a new higher subscriber tier where there are no ads. That chat, to put this into perspective, that would be like, hey, diligent chatter, noble chatter man, are you somebody that subscribes to Kadroth? Congratulations, you're not subscribed hard enough. In fact, you're going to get ads no matter what you do, unless you're a tier 3 sub. Give me your tier 3 sub money now or else. Like, that's the equivalent of what Disney and Netflix just did. They basically said, hey, we know you have a bunch of people that don't watch ads that are already paying you. But what if we create a new tier that is separate that doesn't have to pay or watch ads? And everybody else that was already paying to not watch ads gets fucked. That's what's stupid about it. What are my sub-only streams? I'll never do a sub-only stream. Thank you for the 20 months. Got one. There we go. Thank you, Hein. I appreciate it. Would have been funny if you got a tier 3 notification after that. I don't expect it. I'm not trying to bait people. I'm just trying to give you guys an example of, like, that is the equivalent of what they just pulled. Right, so they said like, hey, here is your tier 1. This literally exists so that you don't have to watch ads. And now they're like, boom, no, you must be tier 2 or tier 3. And now that's what you do if you don't want ads, and everybody else gets ads. And oh, by the way, we also got rid of the free tier. There is no longer a free with ads. This is gone. We got rid of this. The cheap pay is now the one that has ads. And shitification, yeah. No earthly clue, thank you for the 21. Jesus. Even though you paid for it, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense to an extent, right? Because you are obviously going to be limited by the internet capacity in your area. But assuming that is not the issue, as we know it's not in every case, that's kind of fucked up. But yeah, I don't care. To me, what these companies are doing, I know like Bob's talked about it, right? But these companies are trying to go, Wait, we can't take a loss. We'll just pass it on to the consumer. The consumer is the problem. They're not buying product enough. Therefore, because they're not buying product enough, we must charge more for product. Meanwhile, the consumer is screaming at the top of their lungs that your product is shit. And you're now charging more for your shit. And then the consumer goes, fine, I'm not a consumer anymore. And then the company goes, it's the fault of the pirates. It's piracy. Piracy's the problem. And it's like, no. It's your shit product. That has been the root cause of it. This is the Simpsons meme. It's, am I wrong? No. It's the world that's wrong. And it's like, pirates always exist. If you're getting plagued by them, it's because you have service issues. You are creating more pirates because you are literally forcing people out. So it's the same thing that happens with video games. Chat, I gave you guys this before. Netflix originals and they invest their complete flops. Oh yeah, no, we'd have to get way into it to really like signal why some of these companies are losing money, right? And I don't get me wrong, I get it. What you're saying is absolutely true, and it's one part of the puzzle. Like there's numerous reasons that you could point to for why they may be struggling, and it's any number of factors. The economy being one of them. But like I said, it's the same thing. We've seen it time and time again. And we see it even with PC gaming and really just gaming in general. So in gaming, it's the exact same thing. In gaming, people pirate games. Okay? But why do people pirate games? This is the issue. So you have the first group that pirates the game just because they don't want to pay money. I'm going to call these the bad pirates, the evil pirates, okay? So they don't want to spend any money, and that's why they're pirating it. You have group number 2 that is pirating it because it's literally not available, not applicable to their location, okay? And then you have group number 3 that is pirating it because they don't have money. Now, that might sound the same as the first one, but it's not. Group number 3 is poor. Group number 1 is choosing to do it. Group number 1 absolutely could pay for it, but doesn't want to. Okay? Gaming, big gaming, as we'll call them, chat. Big gaming looks at piracy as an issue that they need to stamp out. It is a loss of money. It is a revenue issue. But the reality is the majority of pirates actually come from these latter 2 categories. So guess what, chat? If you prevent the piracy, do you gain more money? Well, what happens if piracy goes away here, right? The person who the person who does not spend money on it probably still isn't going to spend money on it. You might convert some of them. This might be a two-way street. So now that they can't get the game, even through piracy, maybe now they spend some money on it. But odds are they're probably not spending money on it because they don't like you. That's usually why I see people pirate a game. Okay? It's if they have the capability to pay for the game and they choose not to, it's usually because they don't like you. There is some reason why they don't. Either they feel like you are a scummy developer, you are a scummy publisher, or maybe for some way, shape, or form, they feel like you're being scummy with the product. So maybe too many microtransactions, too many, or too high of a price, right? So you could say these people are evil, but they're not necessarily. They could also just be kind of an activist to an extent, right? So in that regard, I'm not sure you gain more money out of this, but I'll go ahead. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe you gain a little bit of money back from preventing piracy from that group. Okay, so let's look at group number 2. It's not applicable in their language or their country. They literally can't get it otherwise. So now you've prevented them from getting it. Did you make more money off of that? Nope. Not at all. Because this is a service issue. You're not providing it for them. They were doing it the only way that they could. So all you actually did is you shot in the foot your player count. Right there. People that would have otherwise played your game, but could not play it through any other means other than piracy, just are not going to play your game now. And guess what? They'll also feel like you're an asshole for that. Nice, Dark. Then you have this last one. The poor. They didn't have the money to afford your game. So they had to pirate it if they wanted to play it. Now, this is I think people would argue this is never the case, that, Steam sales are a thing. Even like publisher sales, if you're like trying to get from Nintendo or Sony or Xbox, can be a thing as well. So you can eventually get the game for pretty cheap, right? That's kind of true, but what do you do when you're actually like dirt poor? Then the question becomes, how do they even have a PC? How to yada, yada, yada. Maybe there's somebody that doesn't have a job. Maybe there's somebody that's using someone else's PC. I don't know, right? I'm not going to try to explain it. I'm not going to try to defend it. I'm just going to try to point something out. If you prevent that group from getting your game, are they going to get you more money now? Are they going to purchase your game? Spend more money on it? No, because they don't have any money. It doesn't matter what their reasoning was. They don't have fucking money. So they never were going to pay you for it. So you don't get anything back from preventing them. So you whiff on this group, you whiff on this group, you maybe get some of this group, but odds are you still whiff on this group. So preventing piracy does nothing. It is actually a scam for developers and is literally just burning a hole in their pocket as they have to spend money paying some of these anti-piracy DRM programs to lock their game up and make it perform worse. Now, here's an example that I've talked about before. A lot of people in the gaming industry are hoping that GTA 6, when it comes out, is going to be $100. They really want this to be the case so that they can raise the price of their games. So I have two statements to make on this. One, let's assume for a second that GTA 6 is a game that is so high caliber, so high quality, that it actually is worth the $100 price tag. Maybe that is true. But I guarantee you most other games are not. So if you want to offer your game for $100 to match GTA 6, that's you saying that this god tier game that is really, really good and the first of its kind, that you're as good as it. You can try to set your games at $100. No one will buy your fucking game at $100 because we'll all see it how it is. And the example I can give you about this, chat, is look at the price increase from $60 to $70 and look just how much more people scrutinize games now because of it. Just that $10 increase was enough to make people be like, if this game is not a like 8 or a 9 out of 10, it absolutely should not be priced at $70, and I'm going to thumbs down your game. I'm going to give you a shit review. I'm going to trash you on the internet and social media. So that's just $10 more. I don't even want to think about what would start to happen at $30 more, because, you know, I've had this discussion in VIP and people have brought up some pretty, quote, extreme scenarios. I don't want to advocate for violence. I don't think anyone should do this. I don't think it's a thing, but I guarantee you some psychopath out there would probably try to do something crazy to the actual developer or publisher at that point. It's stupid. It shouldn't be a thing, but someone out there probably would. So it's like, that sort of thing is stupid. That sort of thing is crazy. That sort of thing should never happen. But then on the flip side, neither should a $30 price increase that is completely unwarranted and unvalued. Toxic would become an understatement. Yeah, 100%. So they can sit there and they can try to do that. It won't work. Now for the other thing. That's operating under the assumption that GTA 6 is such a phenomenal game that it's actually worth $100. I don't think it is. And I'm going to go ahead and just say this outright. GTA 6 shouldn't be valued at $100 for a couple of reasons. One, it will not be first of its kind. There are plenty of big, major open world games. It will probably be to a quality standard that most of the others are not. But it won't necessarily be worthy of the increase, especially since we already know they're going to absolutely microtransact the hell out of the game, particularly in the multiplayer side. And I've heard rumors already that the game might have 2 price points. It might have the like pay for the base game of like $70, and then where the extra $30 comes from is so that you can play online. So like, that already tells you that they would just be trying to milk you for even more money right there, just off the bat, if that's true. Okay? So if they do something like that, if they try to get greedier than they should, and they try to raise the bar in the gaming industry, I won't get that game. Ever. You see, chat, GTA 6 is already making one major fuck up. It's only coming out on console at first, with PC coming at a later undisclosed date. So for all we know, that could be years in the future. So if they do that and they release it at like such an inordinate price, then not only am I not going to get it on console, which I already don't plan to, I won't get it on PC at that point then too. And if I do play it, guess how I would play it, chat? And that would be my statement. Okay? Here's the thing. GTA 6 and what is it, Take-Two that's in charge of it? I'm sure they know this is one of the most anticipated games of all time. They know that everybody and their brother's going to be looking to do that. So they're obviously going to slap some shit like de novo on it. And de novo is very tough to crack, but it's not uncrackable. And usually there's a select few people out there that can crack Denuvo games. Those people work on commission. They work literally for what people will pay them to crack. Because after some time, Denuvo is usually removed from a game. So you don't think that the most anticipated game of all time wouldn't be one that people would commission to get cracked? And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, double so if this is the price. Doubly so. People will come in droves to pay someone to crack it if it's $100. I give GTA 6 a 0% chance of remaining uncracked after its launch, regardless of this situation. A 0% chance. It might take them a little bit of time to do it, but it'll happen. But if it's $100 price tag, people are going to become very activist about this. So it's like, it's stupid, but it is what it is. Baldur's Gate 3 is the only game I'd consider paying $100 for. I can't see GTA 6 being worth that price point. Well, I'll give you guys an example. I've played Skyrim for, according to what Steam claims, like over 5,000 hours. Okay? So if you wanted to be like, hey, Cad, you should pay $200 for Skyrim, I would be like, you know what? You're right. Fuck, chat. In a weird way, I could pay $1,000 for Skyrim, and I would have still gotten my money's worth to the tune of five hours for every dollar. Okay? Like, still worth, even at such an insane price. But a lot of that comes from mods. A lot of that comes from the player coming up with their own satisfaction and enjoyment, of which is absolutely true in GTA. So, should I pay $1,000 for a new GTA game? Should I pay $100 for a new GTA game? No. Because for every game that's like this, there are thousands of games that are not. There are thousands of games that will claim to be that, but they're not. So, especially when you start looking at this, I think for an individual, one game might have this capability in their lifetime, maybe two, maybe three, and that's stretching it. It doesn't mean that you won't spend more time in the game. Like, for instance, I have more time in, I think, Final Fantasy 14. I have more time in WoW. But those are MMOs. They're designed to kind of like waste your time and make you spend a long time doing stuff. But that was 5,000 hours of enjoyment in Skyrim. Constant enjoyment, constant doing stuff. So maybe I should. Not out of the gate, though. To me, you want to get more money out of people? Start releasing more content. Not the stupid shark cards or whatever the fuck. Not like, hey, we put a new vehicle in. Nah, dude, like, you want to justify that? Give people more room to play. Give them actual content expansions. And then you can really justify that price increase. You can really justify charging people more. You see, the issue is not charging and paying $100 for a game. People would be glad to pay this amount if the product is good. The issue is trying to charge up front for it when they're not sure. When you offer an experience over time, when you offer a game and then an expansion, and then an expansion, and then an expansion, it is always the prerogative of the player to choose if they wish to partake. Whereas if you smush all of this together, and you say this shit now costs $200, nobody's paying that up front because there's no guarantee that this is even good. Me thinking of all my hours in Final Fantasy XIV and how I have 6,000 hours in Monster Hunter World. Yeah, wait, you have 6,000 hours in Monster Hunter World? Jesus Christ. It's a lot. Like how Civ Games had the base game and then you can buy expansions. Hold on. You're right. But I hate this. I fucking hate this. Oh, you think this is bad? And that's just the DLCs I don't own. Chum Train Sim? Which one? Train Simulator Classic? Check Dead or Alive. What the fuck? Oh my god, I can't even show them all. I mean, I assume at least some of this is like a la carte, right? Where it's like, hey, I can buy this and I can buy this, and they might be part of the same thing, but I can buy them separately if I choose. Right? Like, to me, it's okay at least that they do that. I think that offers options, and that's fine. But you're not wrong. You're not wrong. This is just way too fucking much. And yeah, fighting games are notoriously bad for DLC. Notoriously. Okay, I think that is the end. Pieces. $765 DLCs, by the way. Yeah, that's just crazy. Like that shouldn't be a thing. And like I said, like strategy games, fighting games, like simulator games, all of them have that insane issue. DLC is how a lot of developers want to make their stuff, but it's not good. It's like we as players need to start demanding more value from it. The problem is, for every one of us that says no, for every 10 of us that say no, for every 100 of us that says no, there is the one guy that goes through and they buy every fucking DLC. And then it makes it worth. That's really all it boils down to. It just makes it worth. Still not good? Yeah. It's just like, it's wild. It should not be that way, but it is. And there's nothing you can really do about it. a ton of things over the years. It's just updates. Well, like an example would be literally Monster Hunter, right? Where we know there is a title update coming. We know they're going to do multiple title updates. And then we know they're going to do an expansion. Because that's just how they work. So it's like Monster Hunter does a bunch of free updates. And they may include like some DLC with it. Like there may be some stuff where it's like you can actually purchase like other things. And you guys could see I actually have some of the free stuff. I think the only thing I like, yeah, you can get a character edit voucher, of which you can see is very negative because they're trying to charge $7 to be able to edit your character again after you create it. There are mods that will just let you change this. Just go get the mod instead. Same thing for your Palico. And then you can get a 3 voucher pack as well for both at the same time. And that's basically it. I think the only thing I didn't get is I don't think I got the premium deluxe edition, which I think had some other like set of things. Yeah, so I got the deluxe edition. And it came with cosmetic DLC pack 1 and 2. Which quite literally aren't till spring and summer. So like these will come out. Cosmetic DLC pack 1 will probably come out with title update 1. And then DLC pack 2 will probably come out with title update 2. It'll be that simple, right? So the whole reason I didn't get this, I don't know. It might be something really nice. I might buy it. It might also be something that's really crap. And you can see the difference here in the 2 is significant, right? So you're looking at that, it's like that's $20. So with the 2 there, there's probably 2 $10 packs is what it is. So it's like I may not actually want to even purchase that at all. No Man's Sky became a good game over time. Yeah, and it's like, to be fair, No Man's Sky's devs have really stuck with it, but also to be fair to the flip side, they had to. Because if they didn't, chat, they may as well quit their jobs as developers. And allow me to explain why. Their first game was a lie. You can't sell people on a lie. They got major flack over that. Everyone criticized them. And so the problem with that was, what are you going to do? Develop another game? How many people are going to get the next game when we don't know if it's a lie or not? So you had to fix it before you could do anything else. And if they dared try to charge money for the fix, that would also lead to death because people would have just said no. So they had to fix it. They had to go free with the fixes or else they were screwed based purely because of this. And it's funny because is No Man's Sky on here?
Last year we released
It's Hello Games. Yeah. So chat, I don't know if you've seen this, but this is their next game. It's a similar concept as one complete procedural generated world, and it's quote unquote a fantasy setting. And they already caught Sean Murray saying fantastical shit that was like, yeah, no, dude, don't do it again. Like stop. Like he literally got called out in an interview for it, where they were like, Sean, no, don't do it again. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Like, so I think they get excited and they kind of like do it. But also, I think they know. And I think they're just trying to promote the game and they're trying to sell it really good. But it's for that exact reason. Like, people can get as hyped for this as they want. I ain't touching this until someone else gets their hands on it. I am not believing a word that Sean Murray says. Sean Murray could say that this game could literally take 20 years reduction off of my age. It could extend my dick size by 3 more inches, and it could literally make me win the lotto. and I would still not get this game. It does not matter what lie he tells me. Okay? Todd's successor has arisen. Well, you know, at least in like Todd's case, I feel like don't get me wrong, Todd has said some shit, but I think over the years people have given Todd too much shit over that. Because like again, the one you always hear is like, "Hey, see that mountain over there? You can climb it." It's like, yes, he's literally talking about in the context of that the mountain that you could see on the screen, you can go to that and you can climb that. And he said that was their philosophy, is that everything within the sandbox you could explore. But it's a sandbox, chat. It's not infinite. So it's like, that's to me people arguing in bad faith where they're like, oh, Todd Howard's a liar. It's like, no, you're a liar. Like, quite literally. You have to actually be willfully stupid to have believed that that was like anything more than what he was saying, right? 16 times the detail, the other thing, yeah. After they fix all the stuff and added all the promises, they went beyond that for free, which is really nice. Yeah, they're still doing it. And that's like, to me, again, it's the same thing. I don't think they can charge a single dime for No Man's Sky at this point. I like more than the actual price of admission, right? Because I think that they know the second they try to, it would be a thing. And some people would be okay with it. Some people would be like, look, they've done their time. They've given us so much free shit. It's fine, right? It's fine if they want to do it. Other people would be like, no. Because they know exactly what they're doing. Sunbury could tell me the sky is blue and I would still double check. Yes, that's probably a better analogy for it. I hope the next game will be good. I do too, because I do like No Man's Sky, but I think the biggest issue I have with No Man's Sky is that it kind of it's too much at times. Like, it's just too cluttery. It's too procedural. Everything just keeps fucking happening constantly with like no chill. And so you just keep going. And it's just like wild to me. Game Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter. Wild. Buying new games on launch is too risky. I think you're fine to buy on launch, but you need to do your research. And that is the entire purpose of like having kind of people play a game ahead of time, like content creators and stuff. I think that is the purpose that serves. And I think if you don't have those, like if they're chat, I'm going to give you an example of this. If there is ever a game that has an embargo, like all the way until the release of the game, so like not even a day in advance, they don't let anybody get out their opinions on the game. If they are NDA'd all the way till the release of the game, don't buy the game. There is no good reason ever to embargo until release. And any company that does that should never be trusted, ever. For that exact reason that it's probably them trying to pull the wool over your eyes. Chat, you can see I did get RE framework. I have used it for two reasons. The first is there was a mod that someone posted today. And no, it's not this mod, chat. It's not this mod, chat. But I didn't want to scare anyone. Especially not with the comments I made about Nada the other day. But it is one where now monsters won't fade out when they get over the top of you. And I also did get the Ardian editor because I just got tired of getting shit rolls on Ardians. So I was just like, whatever, I won't use it. I used it to fix my current Ardians, but beyond that, I'm just going to use it to get the roll that I want when I build an Ardian. I'm not going to use it to like somehow keep shifting the Ardians that I already have, or like basically to like try and do other stuff with it. Because I didn't want to make it like too cheaty in that regard.
では前に出ます
Hunting in the 90s, are we?
90s.
What are we hunting?
I don't know.
I don't know. What do you want to hunt?
Opportunity.
I heard from the others.
I'm down.
Okay. any particular reason?
No, I haven't 101.
The fight is cool, that's why.
And I went in with the roll.
What do I want to fight Jindahad with, chat? Fuck
I'm
it.
testing a heavy bowgun for the first time.
Fuck it. Let's ball.
Yes.
Let's go Greatsword. We'll try to offset Jindahad.
Can you even?
Probably.
I wasn't sure.
Interesting.
Kat, are you gonna use the Arcnauta mod at some point? Maybe for fun we can do that. I'm a little bit worried. I don't want to like install too many mods because we know the title update is around the corner, and like I'm worried it's just gonna like break things if I start getting too mod heavy.
Are you prepared?
So to me, the monster fading one is a good one.
Hope you find something useful.
It is. Okay, must look at that.
Oh boy. Oh god, I hate when he roars right at the end of that. I'm beginning to think earplugs is a DPS gain in this game. Because the monsters do it like way too much. Damn.
Get
Tried to
back over
offset him.
here, you icy lizard. That's what I
Hello, yeah. Got him. Right in the face. Wow.
Oh well, that reaches me.
Oh god.
Even though the fucking shield on.
So I did discover if you're in danger of dying, just mount up and run from him. He usually can't hit you. Game, come on, potion. Game, come on, potion.
sleep.
Game.
Oh. Well, I missed all of those anyway. Don't worry about it.
Bomb set.
Why is he not using a potion?
I saw that Yakumo. You missed.
Set a bomb. Bomb set.
Boom, baby. There we go. Oh, is he already leaving? Wow.
Yep.
Pansy! Why is my wheel not working? I don't know why. It's weird because I'm switched to the PlayStation 4 controller, but
This was out of control.
I don't know how that missed, but whatever. I think I just swung too fast. Let me know when he's coming down.
He's also directly underneath the boiler.
I wasn't done.
Did you do the third wound? Yeah, they always seem to come down after 3 wounds.
He's wrong.
Oh, Jesus, dude.
Hold on. Just a funny shot there with the wall.
Dude, he got Yakima with that. He nearly got me with that, too.
There's no touch shot.
Oh, Jesus, dude.
Boy, I wonder.
Bro, come on. Fuck off. There we go. Look at that tail. What's he up to?
I'm be leaving.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I actually really like Greatsword in this game now. You're right. I was wrong. I saw that, you little bitch. The fact that I went over him. Got it. He's actually shocked.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm surprised he hasn't gotten up on the pillar. Tail? Take this. There's the tail. Now's the ult. Oh shit, I dropped this one as well.
He's gonna lose.
Yep. I wonder, can you be on your mount? Behind that?
Behind the rock, yes, but not everywhere else on the map now. I left the rock too early and I got hit.
Oh!
Alright, you want me.
Okay. off! Dude, he did a second one right on me, too. So I actually got fucked by the camera there. Don't forget the tail.
Yeah.
Timber bed, later, Katana. Will you be making a lot of comp related tests? Yes. Earplugs has always been a DPS gain in every Monster Hunter game. Yeah, like I know that like you're supposedly able to like roll the roars and stuff. I've
never figured out the timing on it.
yeah.
I'm really combo heavy, like back in weapons.
Oh, don't you do it! Jesus.
The terrain saves me. Let's go. Oh, that's not gonna save me.
No worries. Sorry.
Only one left. Careful. Oh, did we?
Yeah, I aimed before you came in. I had that full dance today.
He's got a wound under his armpit. Did you guys get it? Yeah. See, chat, I have the silhouette instead of Jin Dahad disappearing now. Which is good, because it at least lets me see what the boss is doing, like that, where I would have otherwise been dead to rights.
He's doing something.
The wound on the tail, he's climbing up his pillar again.
I'm up or down.
You're fine to come down, just don't get caught by the breath. 2, 3.
Oh, I was gonna do it back here. I got the 9.
I just like how we all swore was dead.
Not everybody. His ass! My, oh god.
He's doing it.
No, I'm stuck in a TCS! I'm fine. Thankfully burning was on this side. Oh, he's got a tempered wound there. No game! Someone may need to help me here. I'm stuck. Yeah, I was going for the fucking tempered wound and he did that. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. My grape drank. Okay. I get it, Jin Dahad. You don't like me right now. Yes.
Actually, that would have been great if you did hit it. Let's see. Maybe I can just charge blade, wake it up.
Oh wow. His head is buried. Yeah. He's got a tempered wound on his left side.
Yeah, that's it. There's no way I... No, help. Thank you.
Damn. He's dead. Yay! Yeah, Tempered seems like he just hurts people. Like, he just gets us at the wrong time, it feels like. I love when I'm curving his body and I get a tail.
Absolutely. So I think they...
I wish Souls games would have the whole cutting off the tail part. Yeah, that could be really cool if, like, you were able to debilitate the boss by doing things.
I thought Moke had it in Elden Ring.
I mean, sometimes there are things you can do to a boss, but it's never, like, permanent. It's usually, like, a temporary weakness. Yeah, you could cut the tail off of the dragons to get, like, a drop, but it didn't, like, hamper them, really. Oh, nice. I'm 100 plus the nice number.
Nice,
Times gathered 10 times.
What's
Huh?
up, Bob? I'll pick, because I need to get rid of shit.
Okay, but let's go in order of who has the most shit. How many investigations do you have?
Tempered 5-star Gormagala?
How many investigations do you have, Burning?
49.
Damn, he's got me beat. Fuck.
Got him.
He's got me beat. No.
Let's do
Happy to help anytime.
a tempered squid.
You can only have 50 investigations, chat, so Burning's 1 off of the cap. I'm 4 off of the cap. Pion, thank you for the 18. Appreciate it, my dude. How you doing today?
Yes.
Gaping Dragon couldn't do tail swipe without his tail. Oh, that's true, yeah. I guess there has been a couple, and I'm sure, like, they got it from Monster Hunter, but it's still, like, it's a good thing. And I think that there should be more of that. Let me know when you post.
I did post it.
Tempered Nudra.
Yeah, you like your Nudras?
Yes. Although I'm not sure how I feel about playing Greatsword against Nudra. He's kind of annoying. I'm about to go to bed. Oh, so you're having a good day then. I just hit 50. Nice. 50 years old.
Some question now. Are you prepared?
I can ride these shitty. They had to paintball our monsters to find out where they were.
We had to pay for quests.
And if you didn't take the map, you were blind.
See,
The map.
and like I get that the older Monster Hunter games were harder. I'm also just gonna say it doesn't sound fun.
I mean, it was fun, just a different kind of fun.
Yeah, like I get the like it was more immersive maybe in that regard. It just to me sounds overly tedious. And I think at least with these games they've figured out that the formula, the gameplay loop that works best is literally me mounting an octopus and stabbing him in the back of the fucking head sack.
The thing is, like, old fans of the Monster Hunter games are going to like it. They made bitch if they're still gonna play hundreds of hours. Because it still is fun.
I'm bringing him down, even though he's kind of already down because he bonked himself in the head trying to get me off.
But you didn't go
Coming down. He's also got another wound. It's going down. I'm yelling timber. I'm getting flopped on by an octopus. Oh no! I tried to offset him. Damn it! Dude, why does my... I don't understand. My freaking, my wheel doesn't work with this controller. Everything else works perfectly fine. I think every single weapon, from what I've heard, does, with one exception. Yes, it's explosion. Missed me with that shit, bitch. Get offset, bitch!
Let's go. I perfect blocked that. So I got my pizza cutter back.
Yeah, he does that. He's a tentacly boy. Do that. Oh. Dude, I hate those freaking explosions. Their radius is so fucking big.
Oh, it's not shielded up.
Oh, he's leaving. He's
Yeah.
swiggity swooting out of here. Having to paintball monsters, keep track of them was a pain in the ass. Yeah. I mean, like, as long as you're, like, on their tail like this, for instance, like, I know where he's going. But
well,
it could easily be, like, something that you could just lose track of the monster.
yeah, because there was no... The map was an item you had to have here. In addition to that, there were loading screens between zones, right?
Yep.
They didn't change that until World.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Like, even if you did go through a same
cool.
screen, if he was going through multiple screen maps, you wouldn't know unless you actually knew what to pay.
Careful, he's gonna do his explosion. He didn't do his explosion. Give me your takoyaki. There's a wound on that side somewhere. I got it! Oh, you little bitch. Well, at least he didn't light me on fire.
Oh goddamn! I'm really low on health.
Yeah. Yes, you are.
Why did nobody tell me?
You seemed fine. Have a life powder.
Oh god.
I don't know why he aimed that at me, but
Well, he hit me too. He really.
dude, how did that still hit me? Even that far away.
There's a wound on one of his arms.
Got offset. Let's go.
Hold on, doing the door card.
Ah! Vietnam flashback. I'm worried he's gonna breath. Oh, he got Bob.
I got it. Oh, get down. Arms.
Dude, I can't get them. Holy shit. There should be another one, but I think it's right under him.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
no,
I
okay.
get
No,
that
they're
one
both
here.
over here. So this isn't a cut one. It's the walking takoyaki meal. That's true. I have returned. Welcome. Also, what do you want for returned? Since you're holding him captive.
How did he escape from burns?
I don't know. Apparently everybody just keeps stealing him. Ah, biggest Nuudra. Which is funny, because I also have a Silver Crown Nuudra, so maybe we saved it at the same time?
Unlikely. You can have silver crowns, like they gradually get bigger. Like silver crown is not a specific size; it's a range of sizes.
I heard from the others.
Yeah?
So you added a silver crown that became even larger.
What do you mean? Because I also
Instead
had
of
a
it
Silver
being-
Crown.
Right, but instead of it being a 91 percentile, now it's a 90.
Well, what can I do for you?
Oh, yeah, I'm not worried about that. Also, chat, do you approve of Steve's new glamour? He kind of thick. Like, he got a
Yeah.
bakery back there.
It's rock hard too.
Then we gave him his little babushka hat. Fucking face every time. It's so evil.
Yep.
Approved, yes.
Right. Got turn next.
Ready?
Oh, is it my turn?
Right.
I didn't realize. What do we want to hunt? Do I have anything I can immediately get rid of? Tempered Lullabarina. Let's go. It's not even worth doing HP for, probably.
Commence Commencing quest now.
You cut to inventory, just things were getting interesting with her bending over the forge. Listen.
What the hell did I just hear?
Listen, chat. Sometimes I have to protect you from yourself. Besides, you have a full bakery on display constantly with my character.
Wait, whose quest am I joining?
Emperor Olive.
La la Barina.
Good to have you. We've got
You are permitted to.
By my own order.
NC sentence.
I almost feel bad for him.
I don't.
Little Brino, male or female?
We don't have any solid.
Ooh. Ooh, give me that wound. Ah, yeah. Ooh, is that another wound? Got it. Oh, that was a good one. My sword got stuck in the body. Where are you going? Oh, it said you could leave.
small monsters as well.
We're not done yet.
Answer back here.
Missed me with that shit. I knew you were coming for me.
It was almost dead when we got them.
Yep. See, that's the difference between a 5-star and a 3-star Lollabarina.
I'm gonna need a bigger boot.
I just got off work, so I apologize. Someone asked earlier. But what do you think the odds are they release Tiamat in the pre-campaign alongside Evocation Fest tonight? I think it could happen, because like the 21st was the day that I kind of predicted it, but we'll see. Like, if it doesn't, if it happens later, I don't think it's the end of the world. Give me that flashlight. He's paired. Who's not clicking? Who's not clicking in quest?
No, I already got it.
I was gonna say probably McTankles because he's just sitting there spamming the fucking body.
Spinning, okay?
Spin to win.
Blazed you. Oh yeah, you'll definitely see it for the 28th. I just like
10.
it may be that they just shorten the pre-campaign because there's like no reason they have to run it early since Eldia Boys is still going.
I think it's also just they do want to spread out the banners because they think that we don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
So whose quest am I joining now?
Tentacles.
Is it a? Oh, that's Dirty and Yakama. So Tempered Rompopolo. Ah, what Ozempic does to a motherfucker. Also what my blast sword does to a motherfucker. Bob, 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 burning, burning,
Why did it not
burning,
send me?
burning, burning.
Why don't you just automatically depart, McShankles?
Just next time you do that, I'll mute you.
Burning. Burning.
Burning.
No, you see, Bob, for you, it's fine.
What? Whoa, that's discriminatory.
It's called favoritism.
Oh, okay. As long as you're honest.
Benson Quest by order of
Just
the
because I'm the king of knives.
Yes.
Are you though?
They've issued us
Yes.
supplies. Let's put them to use.
Are you Sword and Shield? No, you're not Sword and Shield.
I have the bet. I have the.
Got 2.
What does that mean?
That's the wrong one, Pokemon.
Yeah, that's the wrong one.
Doesn't matter, it's dying.
It's too late.
It's the one I mounted. Stabbing this inflatable balloon. Okay, so I actually got 3 wounds on him. Coming down. Face. Did you just poison me?
Okay.
Oh my god, the fucking bait ass explosion. I feel like poison in this game is way too weak compared to prior games. Like prior games, it's like poison wouldn't fucking go away for like a long time. This one, I just like pop a heal and wait it out. God, can you stop exploding the ground wherever I exist? Get offset, bitch. Oh, I broke his head. Apparently I needed to hunt around Popolo. You have a favorite hunting zone? Honestly, probably the main one, the very first one is my favorite, but I do actually like this zone quite a bit, because it's just different. Like, it's weird seeing oil in place of, like, water or mud. Oh, wait, did you interrupt me there? I was gonna say, I don't think you did, but I think I got the offset, but I guess he can't get offset again. So, like, I didn't take any damage, but he didn't get stopped. Oh, he's dying. Are they hunting the other one?
Yes. McDaniels, how is the Kinsight VR in the glove?
Very easy. Especially with Blue. Because you get all three.
Well, they're both here. I was gonna capture him, but
I mean, cap the other one and then.
looks like Bob's doing it. I was gonna say, like, I was gonna capture him, but I was like, well, if he's right here, we can just kill him. It doesn't matter.
It's not.
You ain't getting away with that wound, big boy. See, perfectly timed.
Price of what?
Yeah.
Piece of what?
We got all the... Oh my god, the other one stood up.
He just,
Yeah.
going away.
That's a visual glitch with the captured monsters.
I mean, I think it's great. The problem was I had that happen to a 5-star tempered Gormagala. And it scared the living piss out of me. I was like, he's back!
You thought you could kill me, but it was I, the color.
Yeah. Which kind of fits his lore, so it was like, oh no, what do you mean phase 2?
Phase 2 is Shigaru.
Apparently. Although isn't Shigaru like the predecessor one?
No, Shigaru
It's
is
the evolution.
Is the evolved form.
Oh, okay. I thought he was the precursor.
Gore is the
Wow. Didn't get paid extra though. Big sad. That's one ugly bug. It is like someone's weird ass inflation fetish or fear
Don't talk
crossed
about
with a mosquito.
raptor.
Yeah.
I thought it was a crow at first.
I could see that because it does have like the red glowing eyes thing going for it. And when it's all covered in the stuff, it just looks black. So the killed monster being revealed to still be alive is in the genre. Yeah. Well, there actually is a monster that does that in this game.
Yes.
Gypsaros.
Yep. Actually, what do I need? I haven't even looked at my frickin' wish list. They added a bunch of stuff. Because they added all the charms after talking.
It doesn't matter. It was my turn to pick.
I know. I was just looking. Nothing of what I need is actual hunts. It's just all like small shit.
Well, what can I do for you? Yep.
So what are you picking?
Got something in mind?
The Tao of
Subar.
bring you back.
Ready to work.
Oh, we're hunting Ray down? Sweet. I actually like hunting him with greatsword. Give me a second. I have to craft a cut coup horn.
Perfection. Ready to get to work?
Don't worry, Meowstachios help us.
Come back anytime.
I just wanted to get those off my wish list because they've been on there for forever. And I was like, I don't think I'm even gonna need it, but let's get it crafted just so I don't have to deal with it. I will use a lucky voucher, even though this is only a 4-star. Because I have 5. Just build every weapon. You're not wrong to a degree, but that's a lot of money. And if you start working on Ardians, you really don't have a lot of money most of the time. Well, I say that like one of two things is true. You either don't have money or you don't have parts.
Some quest for that. Are you prepared?
And this is where the true end game comes in, where you fish for goldfish.
But I love gold fishes because they're so delicious. Burning doesn't know how to handle that.
No, that was not okay for me to respond to. Like, I was not gonna acknowledge it.
I don't think I've blown out that.
On him. Encounter.
President Blaster coming in. Oops, this is the one that usually has blast equipped. I like how he just takes reduced damage right now anyways.
What the heck is brown on that monster?
Like on his foot.
What?
Using a chemtrail.
I spun right into that.
Got it.
Yeah.
I can't believe I missed that. Oh, he missed? Oh, God! Thank God that wasn't aimed at me. Bob, I thought you said that the raid out shot was a joke.
I said that if you got hit by it, you know what you did. And in my defense, I know I fucked up.
I know, it's funny, right? Because it's like, you know you're not supposed to get hit by it, but it doesn't stop it from happening. Give me that!
Wait, how do I do the follow-up after the charge?
After the turn, try to beat it. Yeah, you need all 3 extracts to do it.
Yeah, I know. Let me turn on my HUD again.
Yes.
The lightning has them amped up.
La 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 la. That's right. I think I'm only gonna be able to get 2 on him because he's being a spicy boy.
So high.
Yeah, it won't let me. I have to do it or he's gonna knock me off. It won't let me like go to his tail is the issue. I'm done. Bastard. Did someone else get the face?
Yeah.
Peaceful, thank you for sub. It was birthday. Oh, nice. Congratulations. Bob's birthday was, it wasn't yesterday, right? It was 2 days ago. Mine's coming down. Okay, that's not how I meant.
Little piece of
Have you got that wing room?
I'm still trying to figure out the combo for this game.
I got it. Thank God Greatsword has great reach. I think that should have counted for an offset game.
bastard.
The little bastard is kind of trying to destroy me. Come on, game. Get off, Zach, bitch!
Go back in, let me get this stupid combo. Oh, it's L2, not R2.
I wasn't fast enough for that. I could have flashbanged him. He's dying. Wait, what? Something weird is going on with the wheel of this. I put the wrong direction around.
Oh, there's also an option.
So you can go with monster?
flicking the wheel and
I can pick this up as my first Monster Hunter? Oh, dude, you should definitely. It's great. Like, if you have any interest in the series, I highly recommend it. This is the easiest intro to get into.
Yeah. Well, it is. I'm glad for that because it used to be, oh, why play Monster Hunter?
Yep.
Fun. It's so hard. They'll teach me.
There's a huge learning curve, and even in this game, there is, like, some learning curve, but it's thankfully a lot more streamlined. Get off set, bitch!
you get that wood, you asshole.
I'm trying to.
No, I was trying to get the wheel.
Same.
The monster.
Oh, he's got a big one on his tail.
Actually,
Uh-oh.
the world was in the air as big wave.
Where is it? No, that way! Let me get the tail. Yeah.
Most of my damage is not set.
No, I know, it's fine. I just was curious, because I kept getting stranded, like, at his head, because he didn't like me.
Like, I am not the person to be cutting tails in a party consisting of a great sword and 2 bug sticks.
I know what it is. It's like the more hits I start landing on a monster, the more the monster wants to kill me. Because it's just like, I'm just dishing so much freaking damage, right? Are you singing a Smurf song, Cat, maybe?
Maybe you're secretly a Smurf.
I'm used to that on.
We're gonna get you used
need
to
it, dude, trust me.
Ooh, a bolt gem. Ooh, a plate. Yep.
But that was a silver
You
crown.
have to do the Apex challenge.
Too agitated.
Sneak attack. I'm surprised they didn't give me the offsets there. Gave me traps tripped. And I'm like, huh?
I got a sneak attack. With a boomstick.
What do we got in the locales here? Tempered Guardian Ratharos. This is like the first time I've ever not seen an Arcveld in any of the maps. Like, he's way too common a little bit is the issue. Especially for a dude where it's like, oh, he's dying. He's the last of his kind.
Gotta reproduce.
It's like, that's all he does, apparently. Dude's like a rabbit.
Yes.
Reproduce asexual.
Okay, once more.
Into the breach.
No, it's our temperate arc.
I can get rid of the Guardian Doshiguma, but it's a guaranteed beast gem if someone needs it. I also have one more run on the guaranteed gem Uthduna. And one more run on the guaranteed gem New Udra. There's a lot that I'm just saving in case someone needs it. Alright, fine. You asked for it, Bob. Now this one is not going to be fun to fight as Greatsword.
Where are you?
This one, I'm going to die, chat, and I'm sorry about this in advance.
What are you?
I'm the belly
Next
flopper.
request by order of the guild.
There's 2 of them.
I'm the tempered belly flopper.
He's the first quest.
I'm in Scarlet.
There was 2 tempered
Sure.
belly flop.
I don't know.
You see, if you use bumper, you can see who's in it.
That is true.
A tempered monster. Look at the size of the skull. On my way.
Oh, that's right. I remember why I hated this one. The location for this is ass. I'm trying to get that off as fast as I could.
We got this.
Get offset, bitch! You tried to belly flop me!
Apparently he's doing it just a giant tutorial for offsets.
Because his attacks are really
Yeah, but the timing is the issue. Because in order to offset with Greatsword, your sword has to be in front of you and hit the thing before it hits you. And so he comes from above, so that makes it really rough.
bring the Rungulini in.
Do it. Dude, I have no stamina.
Come on, give me your stupid arms.
acid in the face, you bitch. Do it. Okay, I'll set him to. Didn't do anything. No interruption on that. My brother in Christ. What is he doing? My favorite is when you paralyze him or get him caught in a shock trap, and then you look at his mouth. Because he starts going like...
My gun right.
I apparently need to eat food. I'm gonna hop off right here, away from the tuna.
Salmon.
What do you mean? He's a tuna. He's an ooze tuna.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe. Aren't a lot of things considered tuna?
That makes them small, like.
If you do it. I knew it. I want around the other side of you. Jesus, the fucking crocodile kept blocking him. He's still running block for it. Can't see it. Try to get to it. Not getting landed on. Oh god, he got it away from me. Right as I got to it. Dude, fuck off! Thank you. I hate that spin so fucking much. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. I hate the water wave.
He got the trap.
face wound.
White yellow bird.
That's my chocobo.
Oh my god, out of my face. Fucking right. You.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time on ranged weapons. What am I doing? That's what I need. Get off, sad bitch! Offset again. Heck yeah, offset, but I don't think that would actually interrupt them. Oh, that's bad. Where is it? Did you do that, Berna?
Yeah, I sent my Ken stuff after that.
I mistimed the offset on that one. That one's such a delayed one. Oh, he's getting boned hard now. Oh, I've never seen him do a back foot attack.
It's because I'm giving him. Have you seen my weapon as well?
Right foot. Oh, fuck off. The issue is I can't even get to his wound.
Shit, that was
The thing I hate about his little protective bullshit. He's dying, so he's running.
Come back here.
No problem, Jay. I saw a glitch that someone posted of this where he didn't go into the water, he flew above it. They're like confirmed he's a flying wyvern.
Fuck, I did a tournament.
I don't have any traps to catch him. That's
I do.
That might be a good place to set up camp. Let's go see.
at this point, he's making a beeline to the top.
Yeah, you can't interrupt him. I've tried.
Like you can, if you can get ahead enough to put a trap in his way.
Nope. He goes right over it. Yeah, I've tried twice. It's kind of fucking annoying. Can I not put a shock trap here? Oh wow, that's weird. I guess it's... Yeah, but I can. It's just like, that's like too deep.
I set a trap.
Ouch.
South.
My spear.
You taking that?
Love my giants.
Check out my gear.
No, check out my gear.
Listen, we know you can't play Victoria.
He's not though.
Not at
That's
the
the
moment.
funny part. You could though.
That's true.
That's because I'm.
No.
No, Mr.
He's
Squidward,
just
I'm a
relevant.
Victoria.
I do
There's a
agree the
difference.
shape of that chest piece is right, but it's still the gears. There's still the weird part about it. Like, I don't know. It's just like, I get it, but
You know what? You know what? Pray return to the waking sands.
No.
Hey, boss.
Imagine if you could get your hunter to cosplay as Buntorian. I mean, I'm sure to some degree that could be a thing. Like, costumes will be a thing in this game because people have already modded several in. Because it's
always
all
get
still
some.
RE framework, so I think anything that worked in some of the other RE games will work here.
You know where
And
to
we'll
find
get
me.
things like Street Fighter costumes, Mega Man costumes.
Yeah.
You always will. And like, people were complaining that it's like, oh, we don't have them. It's a terrible costume. If you realize those things came out months
What are
after
we making
release, we're
today?
still within a month.
Yep.
Shavar.
It feels like it's longer, I think, for people.
Ready to get to work? Alright.
Because part of it is like they're just playing it non-stop, whereas like it feels like to me, at least in the past, like Monster Hunter was a less streamlined game, so it took you a lot longer to do things.
Anything get
Now it's like, yo, I can do everything. Did I have another hunting
What are we
horn I
making
needed to
today?
craft?
Yes. What weapon would Buntori?
Oh wait, my turn around.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Alrighty,
What weapon would
perfect.
Buntoria use? Cards.
That was gonna.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's also going to be my last one, so. Chat, thank you all for being here. Hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. I know it wasn't, like, super eventful, but just chill, fun time. Let me see who all is on. Who
Yeah, that
all
was the
I can give
fastest.
love to.
That was super fast this stream today.
And the answer is no one. There is no one on. So I will just go ahead and call it here for tonight. Again, thank you all for being here. Appreciate you. Don't forget, check me out on YouTube. Both my channels, my main channel and my second channel for clips. We may be switching some of the shorts over to the clips channel because reasons. Algorithmic reasons. But we'll see. I'll definitely
and
look
D&D
into that.
Sunday.
Yep. But yeah, so make sure you guys subscribe to the second channel at CAD Plays. If you would, that would do me a huge favor. It's definitely something I need to get done. Thank you all. See you guys for the next one. Have a good evening, and if I don't get to see you, enjoy your weekend.
Who were those people?
I don't know.
Why could I hear them too?